Information and Communication Technology presents Educational Satellite Television Programs.
Hello, teacher. Hello, students. Welcome to today's lesson on new applications of biotechnology. In our last lesson, we looked at how modern applications of biotechnology are used in medicine. We discussed the history and importance of penicillin. We learned that it was the first use of microbiology in medicine, and that it was the catalyst for future discoveries. Today, we will be learning about modern applications of biotechnology in the field of energy production. We will study sources of energy, like biogas, as well as a few biofuels. Are you ready to begin, students? Our world relies heavily on fuel. It provides energy to power everything from streetlights to cooking appliances. It can also provide fuel for vehicles. There is direct energy, such as the heat used to cook, and there is indirect energy, such as the heat used to make electricity. Unfortunately, there is only a limited amount of fossil fuels, such as coal, oil, and gas, for us to use. These materials are starting to become scarce. We are forced to use other renewable forms of fuel to produce energy. Biotechnology has been sought out as a way to produce renewable energy. The generation of biogas from human and animal waste is becoming very important in energy production in both the developed and the developing world. Students, take a moment to consider some of the problems with using energy sources like coal, oil, and gas. Why do you think it is important to look for alternative forms of energy? Share your ideas with a partner.
Students, let's get ready. Begin. Time's up. Let's get back to our lesson.
Hello, everyone. Resources like coal, oil, and gas are non-renewable. This means that they cannot be regrown or regenerated once they are used up. These resources take thousands of years to form naturally and cannot be replaced. They are often used up faster than nature can create them. It is important to utilize alternative energy sources because they are replaced by natural processes regularly. This means that they cannot be depleted. Alternative energy sources should also be inexpensive and available to people in all countries. Biogas is a great example of an alternative energy source. Plant and animal waste is produced in huge amounts all over the world. This means that if it is used as an energy resource, not only is there a lot of it to use, but it is renewable. Biogas is a flammable mixture of gases formed in anaerobic conditions when bacteria break down plant material or the waste product from animals. Methane is the main gas in the mixture, but it can vary depending on the bacteria and the other materials used. The production of biogas involves collecting dung and plant matter. This material contains a high level of carbohydrates. It is put into a biogas generator or digester, and a mixture of bacteria is added to digest carbohydrates. The bacteria used are similar to those found in the stomachs of cows and sheep. Some bacteria break down the cellulose in the plant cell walls, while others break down sugar to produce methane and other gases. This is biogas. The biogas that is produced is passed along a pipe into homes where it is used for heat, light, and refrigeration. Biogas generators work best in hot conditions, so they are most often used in countries that have higher temperatures, like Africa. However, the process generates heat, which is called an exothermic reaction. This means that if heat is added in the beginning stages of the producing biogas, the reactions that follow will produce enough heat to enable the generator to work in any climate. Currently, biogas generators operate on a small scale. They are usually used to provide energy for a family, farm, or village. More countries are starting to experiment with incorporating biogenerators on a larger scale, such as in industry. It will be an important fuel for the future, as it would use waste product and would provide a natural and renewable energy source. Ethanol-based fuels are another energy source that are a result of biotechnology. Plants like sugarcane and maize, can be used for their sugar-rich products to produce an energy source. The sugars are fermented anaerobically with yeast to produce ethanol and water. The ethanol can be extracted through a process called distillation. Distillation is the process of purifying a liquid by boiling it and condensing the vapors. The ethanol that is distilled can be used to power some vehicles. Ethanol is efficient. It is not a pollutant, and it can be mixed with other fuels, such as petrol, to make resourceful combination fuels. One disadvantage of ethanol is that it takes a lot of plant material to produce. As a result, the use of ethanol has been limited to countries that have enough space and a suitable climate to grow a large amount of plants. For our final activity, students, think about the applications we learned about today and how they shape the demands of feeding and sheltering a population and producing fuel. Now, list the advantages and disadvantages of using biotechnology applications in energy production. Write your ideas on a sheet of paper.
Students, let's get ready. Begin. Time's up. Let's get back to our lesson.
Welcome back, students. I hope you enjoyed that activity. There are many correct answers you could have thought of. You may have said that some advantages of biotechnology include the use of renewable resources, or that the materials that are produced do not pollute the environment. Disadvantages you may have listed could include the restricted production in certain places due to climate or available land. At the end of this lesson, take part in a class discussion about the advantages and disadvantages and share some of your ideas with the other students. We have reached the end of our lesson. Today, we learned about new applications of biotechnology in the field of energy production. We talked about biogas and biofuels. I hope you enjoyed the lesson. Until next time, thank you, teacher. Thank you, students.